Hey besties. Okay, so I am trying something very different this time, and I wanted to do like a cute little spooky season sort of mini, I guess, series, if you want to call it that. But like basically I've been having a lot of like technical difficulties lately and so I've just been trying to sort of work on my relationship with The Sims because it's really I don't know, like I again I am in desperate need of a PC, which I'm waiting for Black Friday to get, so I have like a month basically of like just sort of grinning and bearing it. And I feel like it's like acting up, especially now that I've like decided that I'm gonna do that. And so yeah, it's very it's a very complex situation that we have going on right now. But basically I figured I'd try to do some like occult based tiny houses and then make the Sims that like live in those houses. And it'd be cute, you know, it'd be something a little different, a little something to shake it up, you know. At least as far as like I'm concerned. Because I know that this idea has been done to death, but like I've never done it, so therefore it's never been done. So and basically I started with vampire because I think I've always loved vampires the most in The Sims. Like it was like the first occult specific game pack, and it really like sensational, never been done before. Like it really paved the way for like everything else.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference.
And it's so iconic that like I kind of had to do it first, you know? And I wanted to just literally, it's just like small miniature houses. Like it's not even like a tiny house, I don't think, because I like there's an actual like way to make tiny houses in The Sims 4, and there's like specific dimensions. I just made like a box and I was like, some of these are actually going to be able to be used and some of them are just not, like, you know, like it's about vibes. And that's really where I'm at right now. Like I did not prioritize gameplay in these houses. Like it just looks cute to me and that's all that matters. And so obviously starting with the vampire, I wanted to do some like more antique looking items because I do think this is like a really old vampire, and I think that she travels a lot. And I promise that not every sim is going to be a female sim, because I know myself and I probably would have, but I'm trying to be, you know, different and really break myself out of my comfort zone. So this vampire is obviously going to be a female, but like there are going to be male sims. I promised myself I would do that, and I was utilizing a lot of different items. I took out a lot of my like custom content for like build buy, so I've just been like utilizing like the game stuff for the most part, with some CC obviously like sprinkled in, but like I kind of wanted to do that with this as like a challenge to just see like what I can do with what the game gives me, and especially with like the packs for like the different occults, and then obviously like adding on to it where like there's like gaps. But like I think it's so cool seeing like the items as they are. And so because I think this is like an old vampire, I think that she like has done like not necessarily the Cullen thing where they do like high school all the time, but I think she's done like university for a long time. I think that she has like every degree you could think of. And I put like her traveling trunks in the living room because I thought it was cute, because I don't think they would be like a dresser, like they're not being used as a dresser, you know, like they're just actual traveling trunks. And I realized I put a mirror in the bathroom, but like vampires can't see themselves in mirrors, so I put like a werewolf's tarp over top of it because I think that like my headcanon is that she can see her outfit but she can't see her face, and that kind of like upsets her a little bit. So she just covers like the top part of the mirror so that way she like won't be reminded that she can't see her face, but she can still see her clothes. So I also think that she like kind of does like the ADHD thing where like she just tries like every hobby ever. Like she is a professional hobby collector, and that's just like being a vampire is like you live for so long that like you just have to try everything all the time. So she just has like a bunch of different hobbies that she doesn't necessarily care for, but she still tries new things just to like broaden her horizons and find something to occupy all of the time that she has now. And she's like collecting things because again she travels, so she tries to like bring stuff back from those travels. And yeah, it was interesting trying to like fit everything into like a small space, but I also put like little connections in each one to the other one because I feel like this is like an occult community. Like I don't think that they're like closed off, like I think that they're very social actually. So I gave her like a little Sulani fish sculpture statue thing, and the mermaid also has some like Sulani stuff obviously in their like house, so I feel like that'd be a fun little connection there. Like they probably know each other. But yeah, basically this is going to be an entirely build video, which it's interesting because I've never done that. I wanted it to be build and cast, but cast has just not been like cooperating, so I'm gonna need more time to sort of figure that out. So I'm hoping I can do this video for Monday and then the cast video for Friday, and it'll be fun because then we still have like the other half of like the houses and the people to make, so we can do that for next week because I have something very fun planned for Halloween. So I think it'll be fun, but I need it to work with me, you know. I was having like a blast making these actually, and like thinking about the different like personalities, because normally if I'm doing like a build, I make the sim first and then I build according to what I know I made the sim as. But with this, it was like I was developing a personality in builds, and then I have to like have that reflected in cast. So I think that's fun. So I was like jotting down little things that I wanted like each sim's personality to have, and like different like colors that I wanted them to wear and stuff, like just different things. And I think that was really fun because I've never done that before. And I think that that's like a really unique way of looking at a sim. And obviously the outside of her house is like not that great as far as like upkeep, because like she's not going out there, you know what I mean? Like she's not. And when she does go out, like she's not gonna care about what the outside of her house looks because she has places to be, you know what I mean? Like she travels. I don't really think she cares actually. And so she has some like really hardy plants in the planters because like she's not gonna be there to water it. And I headcanon that these roses are like vampire blood body roses. Like they aren't like regular roses, so they're a bit more like durable and don't need as much care. And then we move on to the werewolf house, which I also have a lot of fun making because I love like the werewolf aesthetic in The Sims 4. I think that they really nailed it with the back. And like every time there's an occult that comes with a game pack and it's like the sole focus, it's always like 1,000 times better. Like it's miles ahead of like all the ones that came with like expansion packs where they were not the sole focus, because it gives them time and like resources to just be good and for the team to just make them be good. It's fantastic. And so werewolves I think is great. I know a lot of people have some very strong opinions about how like they actually look in game. Me personally, I don't mind them. I don't mind them at all. I think it's fine. But like, I also understand how some could have some very strong opinions. And so for this one, I wanted it to be more of like a community type house, because like they're werewolves. Like they don't need a bathroom. Their bathroom is outside. They don't even need beds. Like they sleep on the ground. You know what I mean? Like they didn't really need a lot of like furniture. And I don't think that like this house is only for the sim that belongs here, you know what I mean? Like it's a very like communal type home, like, and obviously werewolves come in packs, so like it makes sense that it wouldn't just be the sim that lives here's house, like it's him and his pack, you know. And I also just love using all of the like grungy, rundown looking furniture and stuff. It's very fun. And all like the little scrapes and stuff that you can add to like the carpets or the walls and stuff. It's really fun. And I tried to make it look as like we made this as possible, because I used like the painted swatches of the things, so it's like wood but like they painted it too. And I gave like the little tire chairs and the like really patchworky couch and like as much clutter as I can think of to just have like clothes and like random bits of garbage everywhere, because they are very much like reduce, reuse, recycle. Like they are very green werewolves. And like they try to like grow stuff because they're not like straight carnivores. They do also like fruits and vegetables, you know, a very balanced diet for a werewolf. And yeah, so they try to like kind of hoard a bunch of things that they know that they can make into other things in their house. And there's a bunch of like clothes piles, because it's kind of like the Jacob Black of Twilight situation, where like every time they turn, like obviously they like rip their clothes off, you know what I mean? Like they're not wolves with clothes on, even though some do have clothes in this story. But like in my world, the world that I'm living in, I think that like it just makes sense to have like a bunch of like clothes on hand for people that need to like quickly change into something when they're not wolves. And I put like this little like CC rain shower outside, because they don't have a bathroom because it's like wolf stuff, you know. And they can technically clean themselves, like they'll just like lick themselves clean, but like again, for like when they're in their human form, like I just wanted them to have some like stuff that they can use to sort of help themselves out. And then we move on to the alien, and this one I had fun with. I think this one's much more like a personality type build, because there's not a lot going on, but like on purpose. Because it's an alien, and I think that like I want this alien to be a female. So I think that she's very, or maybe not binary, because I feel like that kind of makes sense for like where I'm going. Basically, like this alien is just like kind of a blank slate, because I don't think that they came from 6am. Like I think that they were like a lab created alien, and so like the personality is just kind of like a blank slate. As they socialize with everybody, they just like add to their personality, and so everything else is very like sterile and very like plain and like clean. And only like the little desk area is starting to have a bit more like personality. Like there's some like actual color for one, like some purples and stuff, and just some like actual personality there. So I think like as they like live in like the little community longer, they'll maybe like start changing stuff up and like actually like adding personality to their home. But for right now, it just like, you know, like to them it like functions as you would need a home to function. Like there's some place to rest and some place to do work and some place to clean, and that's it. Like it's very bare bones for them. And again, as they like socialize more and make friends with like the other cults there, I think it'll be a lot more like lively, and a lot more personality will be able to like shine through. But for right now, there's just like a little corner of personality. And that's pretty much it for like the alien. And it's like all tile, because like you know that like it's like super clean there. Yeah, and for each house I tried to just add a little bit of clutter depending on like the personality of the sim and like what kind of a cult they were, to like the insides of like the home, but also to like the outside. Like I tried to put a couple like interesting things outside of each one that would represent either the occult or the personality of the sim. So for the alien, I put like 2 cute little like gnomes outside, and I think that's cute because see, like that's more personality that they're like showing. And then this is the last tiny home for this part. And it's the like fairy plant sim one, and I really like this one actually. I think the vampire werewolf ones are like definitely top two, and I think this one might be like the third one actually. It's really fun. I really like it. It's very like not quite Hobbit house obviously, because it's not like that like slopey I'm a hill but I'm not a hill type home. It's just very like covered in nature, and I really like that. But there's also like not a lot of space, so like the nature is kind of literally everywhere, and it's like inside too, and it's just really nice. I'm not gonna make the like sim that I make a plant sim. I'm obviously gonna make a fairy, but like a plant sim could also live there. And I think I never do like build videos because like I'm not the best at like building, you know, and I much prefer just decorating. So it, like I just made a box, and I'm not great at roofing either. So I just sort of did the best I could with what I had, you know. But like I usually avoid like building period. Like I'll use a shell and then just decorate it, because like it's just so much easier to just think about what I'm gonna put inside of the house than like thinking about the house and like layouts and stuff. Like the first like 3 or 4 of these tiny houses have like I think the exact same layout. Like the werewolf one is really unique because it has like no bathroom or anything, but like there's so much similarity in like the layouts, like, but also it's like there's not much you can really do about like that, like because those are like necessities, you know what I mean? Like they need a bathroom, they need a kitchen, they need like a place to relax. Like obviously the vampire one didn't have a kitchen because like she's not cooking, and she's also not pretending that she's cooking, you know what I mean? Like she's very proudly a vampire, and also again she's traveling a lot. Like it was never going to be like that. And then the werewolves, they literally go out to hunt to eat, and whatever they're not hunting to eat they're growing, so it's like there's no kitchen. And then the alien has a kitchen obviously because they need to eat, but like it's also not gonna be like fancy meals, so they just have like a mini fridge and a microwave. But like the fairy is the first one to have like an actual kitchen, because I imagine the fairy would need to eat and would enjoy eating. And I headcanon actually that he likes snacks and like candy and stuff, like really sweet snacks. And I think it's cute. I think it's really cute, very like pixie-ish of him, and I think that's fun. So it's actually nice getting like a full kitchen for the first time. And I wanted it to be very like obviously fairy, like very foresty, very naturey, very green also. But like I love this color green that came with the fairy pack. I think there's like a light green and a dark green swatch that came with the fairy pack, but like they're both so nice. And then this bed is like stupidly nice, like it's so pretty. And so I really wanted to carry the nature into the house too, because I think that makes sense for a fairy. But I know that sometimes these little like wall nature thingies that came with the pack can make it so the space isn't usable. Like over the door, like I don't know if you can even get into this house, but yeah, it looks nice, so that's really all I cared about in the moment. But like it's kind of silly that they would make something like that so obviously could go over top a door and then not have you be able to get inside of it. Like it makes no sense. That was like my biggest gripe with like some of the things that came with the pack. It's like that's so clearly supposed to go over a door, and then you can't even walk through the door when you put it over the door. Like it makes no sense, but it's really pretty. So you know, I like being able to utilize the like stuff that came with it, and thinking about it like not making sense. Like it won't make sense because it's supposed to be like whimsical and through magic, like the little chandeliers outside that are attached to absolutely nothing because there's no like ceiling on top of that. Like it's fun, you know. And that's all that matters. And then the screenshots are there. I feel like it's so weird not having a sim to look at. I'm entirely too used to having sims in the screenshots, but I'm excited to make the sims. Like I want to see how the build affected like how they're gonna look and like their personalities and stuff. And so I'm like super excited to actually make them. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little something different, and I'm also not the builder that you would probably go to, but I've had a lot of fun, and so I hope that you did too.